Hey everyone. I'm not here today, so I wanted to introduce the new subject that we're going to be talking about, and that is space travel. And it's going to be manned space travel because only men go, right? It's called manned space travel. No, sorry, I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm going to start out with is another series of videos. Now, this is not like the ones that we've been watching. This is more of a movie kind of thing with an editor in it, and it's very interesting. The race to the moon between Russia and the U.S. and it's arguable who actually won it. We won it getting a person up there, but they actually beat us to the moon, and you'll see that in this video. Uh, the series starts way back in World War II. And it starts with a group of scientists that worked for Germany. Germany came up with all these incredible weapons, and one of them was the V 2 rocket, which was turned out to be the precursor to the Apollo rocket to the moon. Didn't look anything like it, but it was created by a scientist engineer named Werner von Braun, who obviously was German, and after the war, he came and worked for us. And basically was, I won't say the father of NASA, but he was the father of the moon rocket, and that program. And there is a lot of controversy about Werner von Braun. If you've heard his name, uh, good bet you may not have, but if you have heard his name, then you probably haven't heard about any of the controversy because it was too important for him to get us to the moon. Watch these videos and form your own opinion. It's not going to be a quiz, but after the last video, I'm going to ask a couple of questions that I think are very important that we need to face, need to ask, and need to understand, and maybe have a little discussion about it because there's some very moral things that we need to face about this. So you watch the videos, and they are movies. They were done by PBS, I believe, but they are very entertaining. They're very well done, high production quality. And very, very informative. I want to say that the reason a lot of what you're going to hear in these videos is you have never heard before because we didn't know that much about the Russians, the Russian program back then. The U.S. program was wide open for the public to see. It was public funded, so it was there for everybody to see what was going on. The Russians were very tight and kept everything completely secret. And it was only just a few years ago that this information that is in these videos about the Russian program have come to the forefront. And it's really amazing just how close to disaster Russia came. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of disaster. And I'll talk about certain videos probably as we watch them, but some of it is rather disturbing if you know what you're looking at. It's really amazing, the Russian program and what happened. We had our own tragedy. Russia really had tragedy, and they kind of still do a lot. Just just a few months ago, or maybe a little over a year ago, they almost lost a rocket with a U.S. astronaut on it, taking off for the space station. They had to abort and do an emergency landing because the rocket failed. And fortunately, uh, their release system and everything got the astronauts back to the ground safely. So that was good, but they are still far from perfect. They have one kind of rocket that has only like a 50% success rate, and that's one that they would like to put astronauts on to go to the moon. It's not one I would want to ride. So anyway, watch these videos. They're very good, and I always have students tell me afterwards that they really enjoyed watching them because they were very, very informative. And I think they bring out what the space race was like a lot better than I could. I only saw kind of one side of it as a elementary school child, and so I didn't know anything about politics or anything like that. I think it's really very informative to see how both sides of it work. And it's a very fair video. It's not making any judgments on the space race. It might make a couple of judgments on a couple of people. So watch these things. If I am here and you're watching this, it's because I don't think I could explain it any better than this. So watch them. You are being graded, so make sure you watch them in Edpuzzle. So you watch them, you get credit for it. And then after you watch the last one, we'll have a time when we discuss some things about what we saw on there, because I want to make sure you understand it, and I want to make sure that you have some thoughts on some of the moral questions that come up. And I think you'll see what they are as we go through. All right, so enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you later.